Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. Today, we're going to be showcasing how to install mods for Stardew Valley, specifically, as a lot of people have been asking, how the heck do you mod this game? I'm so confused. What do you do? Now, there is a problem with Stardew Valley, which I don't really like to get deeper into, but nonetheless, yes, Stardew Valley does require, or you most of the time use Nexus mods, which I'm not a big fan of Nexus mods. However, in this situation here, there will be eventually a better and easier way for you to actually get mods for Stardew Valley, as per some information that was posted on Twitter recently. I think basically what's going to happen is just like what's happening with Terraria, how Terraria has tmodloader. I think that Smapi will or something similar will be pretty much on the Steam store. Then you go in there, and then within there will be like a mod browser, just like you would normally find within the tmodloader mod browser. So, anyways, yes. So I think that's probably going to be happening, but we'll save that for another video to kind of go deeper and dive a little bit more into that. But yeah, so. Okay, how do we do this? So first you want to go to, you can type in Smapi into Google, and it'll basically bring you to smapi.io. I'll provide the link in the description of the video. When you go here, it's going to show you whatever the most recent version of this is. And yes, when you hover over it, a pair of glasses will show over the little chicken. So when you download it or click download, it's going to say, do you want to download from Nexus or direct download? Just choose direct download. You don't need to download from Nexus mods because it's going to ask you for a login and blah, 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 blah. You don't need that. When you do download it, it's going to have it in a zip folder. So make sure that you unzip it or unrar it, whatever you're using. If you don't have WinRAR, you can download WinRAR. I'll post that in the description as well. You're going to extract the contents in the folders directly to wherever it goes. So for example, when you right click on the file, it's going to say extract to your desktop or whatever. It'll extract it into a folder. Going into that folder, Smapi 3.18.2 installer is probably what it'll be called. You're going to double click on the install on windows.bat. There's also install on Mac OS command and one for Linux as well, but I won't get into those because I'm really focusing on Windows. Then a screen like this is going to pop up. It's going to tell you, where do you want to add or remove Smapi? Well, see program files, Steam apps, blah, 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 blah. It says pick a number. So we want to just normally install it to our program files to where our Steam apps are. However, if you want to choose a custom path, you can do that too. For example, if you want to put it on like a shortcut on your desktop in a folder, but let's not get complicated, okay? So we're going to press 1 and press enter. And it says, what do you want to do? Oh, I want to install Smapi. So I'm going to press 1. So I'm going to say removing previous Smapi files. Adding Smapi files, adding bundles, blah, 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 blah. Smapi is now installed. Use Steam, set your launch options to enable achievements, see Smapi install, see program files, Steam apps, common, blah, 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 blah. If you don't use Steam, launch Stardew modding API in your game folder to play with mods. What does that mean? I'm so confused. I don't really know what this means. Okay, so all you have to do is go to where your actual Steam or your Steam folders are, where it obviously just showed right there. So if you go into your C drive on your computer, or if you don't really know how to find this, you can also right click on your game on Steam and click on open game location. But the default location is what you've seen. Go to your start. Go to your C drive, go to Program Files, x86, click on Steam Apps, click on Common, and you're going to find Stardew Valley. When you get to Stardew Valley, it's going to show you exactly what it said before, which just got created about a few seconds ago, which is called Stardew Modding API. So on my screen here specifically, you just roll it over here so you can see as well. On my screen, you can see that it's at the top left corner, Stardew Modding API. The bonus about this is make sure it's a .exe file. You could right click on it, and then you have a bunch of options to choose from. So this is what I said before. When I was actually going through the process, this is what you would need to extract or whatever the actual file that we just did. But anyways, now what we can do is we can create a shortcut on our desktop, or we can, of course, pin this to our taskbar, which I'm going to choose to do. Now, when I open up my taskbar at the bottom, I'm going to see a little chicken down here. And that's basically what we're going to want. When you hover over the chicken, it's now going to tell you that it's Stardew Modding API, telling you that you're now going to be launching Stardew with mods. Yes, Stardew with mods. How beautiful is that? So we exit out of here. We're going to exit out of our Smapi website or leave it open, whatever you want to do. Exit out of the screen that we have open that's still showing you this. And now click on your Stardew mapping or modding API, it's going to launch with Smapi and whatever else you have inside that mods folder. So currently I have a ton of mods already in there because of course I play with mods. And now my actual program is launching. Yes, Stardew Valley is launching with all my mods. And as you download mods or as you receive mods from the actual Nexus files, you can import them into your mods folder. And let's back up a little smidge, shall we? All right, getting back to the main screen of things. Okay, here we go. We're back to our Smapi thing. Where the hell do we get mods from? That's where I mentioned before, directly from the Nexus mods. When you have the Nexus mods downloaded, you're going to import them back into what folder are we going back into now? Well, let's talk about that real fast. Okay, so of course, this is my default folder for everything, or default location. We're going to go back into our C drive, where I'm going to bring this over to this screen so I can do it real fast on the left screen. We're going to go to Program Files, x86, Steam, Steam Apps. We're going to go to Common. We're going to go back into our Stardew Valley file, or folder, I should say. And inside of there is going to be a mods folder. So just like before of what I showcased, you're going to see a little tiny setup that looks exactly like this. So once again, so I'll just scroll down a little bit, Program x86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Stardew Valley. In here, I have two of them. Don't worry about the mods.old folder, as that showcases old mods that I no longer want to have loaded. The bonus about actually whenever you make a mods folder, you can do a mods.old folder if you have other mods that you don't want to interact with anymore. And these are just old mods that I don't care about. The mods folder, the current ones, is where you're going to be putting in the actual zip file that you download directly from Nexus Mods. So when you go on Nexus Mods, I'm not going to showcase the website because the website does have sometimes some weird pop-ups and stuff on there. So I'm not going to actually showcase that website because I've been on there before and sometimes some questionable stuff pops up. Anyways, when you're on Nexus Mods, you're going to log in, make your account, do all the stuff that you need to do, and then download the mod. When you download said mod, you're going to download, for example, the automate or whatever you might want to do on the actual Nexus website, whatever mods you think look awesome. When you do download them, you're going to just shove them over into this mods folder. So when you download them in your downloads folder, you're going to then put them directly into this mods folder, complete inside of a zip file. Then you're going to do what I showed you before and just right click and extract. You can, for example, click extract to Control Valley, and it's going to make a folder within your mods folder. Then you'll reload the little chicken in the bottom right corner, your little tiny thing that we just made, Stardew Modding API, and it's going to launch with these mods enabled. The bonus about doing this is you can easily keep track of all your mods that are here. Once again, I do think that eventually it's going to be a lot easier for things to be done like this, but as for now, it's working pretty flawless. I'm sorry for not showcasing the Nexus website, but I do think that the Nexus website's a little bit finicky sometimes, as I've been there, and like I said, I've had some weird things show up, and I'm not really questioning, how they handle their website or anything like that, because I know they need to allow certain pop-ups, or sorry, not pop-ups, certain ads to make money. So them that being the way it is, I mean, unfortunately, it is what it is. I've actually commented before on Twitter mentioning how I believe it would be great to see a Steam Workshop add-on for Stardew Valley to get away from having to use Nexus mods, but it looks like Nexus mods is already well established for Stardew Valley, and yada yada yada. It doesn't really matter. In the end, it looks like something might be coming to Stardew Valley to better use mods interactively, and for that matter, I do think it's going to be a pretty common thing like tmodloader for Terraria. So you can kind of follow my tmodloader video on how to install mods for that. If you're looking for mods on Terraria, that's another video that I made too. I hope this video helped you out. If you are looking to add mods for Stardew Valley, it's a great little thing to use as Smapi is continuously getting updated. And the bonus about this too is there's a mod compatibility part on the website that tells you, look, if you're looking to use this mod, it's currently not working with Stardew Valley and such things. So for example, if I click on mod compatibility, you can search any mod you want, and it basically links you to where you need to go. So for example, I click on crowd control. Well, I don't think I can actually do that, but I can type in anything you want, like chest, for example. Access chests anywhere. It currently says use chests anywhere. Instead, it basically tells you chests anywhere is better to use, but of course it's no longer available for the access chests anywhere. Now chests anywhere is available on Nexus and on ModDrop, which is another utility other than Nexus to use, and it tells you to use the latest version as it's fully supported. So it'll tell you if the mod is currently supported or not. I have had mods outdated that still work, so don't worry too much about that. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down below. But basically, when you get into Stardew Valley, everything should work perfectly fine. And if they do, just make sure you're not loading your regular Stardew Valley, that you're actually loading the Smapi one, which I've showed you a few times so far. Just make sure that when you do launch it, it will showcase a little command prompt that you've seen just like this, that when you click on it, it's going to indicate that it's loading Smapi, and it should say things like loading mods, launching mods, we can update the current mods, blah, 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 blah. If it says we can update the mods, that just tells you that you have room to actually update the mods. As of right now, I don't know of an easy way for Smapi to do that. I normally just download and update the mods manually myself later on, but I think in the future, this will become a lot easier, as I mentioned before. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.